Yeah.
I actually think they are. Like the whole club, everything, the fans, players, staff,
I'm shocked.
everything.
I watch from afar. It's not my club. I'm in shock at what I'm watching, and it's.
How does that even happen though? Like, how does that actually happen?
I think that I've seen this before.
Where?
But not quite as bad. Well, I've seen it at my club, right? I saw it when we won the title in 15. I watched Jose Mourinho go from being champions of the best side in the country.
Yeah.
And then things tailed off and they went into a tailspin. And the year after when Leicester won it, right?
Yeah.
Mate, he didn't know how to turn it around. He didn't know. He couldn't stop it. It was a tailspin. And Jose's a far better manager than Slot is right now, and won far more. He couldn't turn it around. When you go into a tailspin, it almost feels that you're just waiting now. I think it's inevitable he gets the sack before the end of the year.
Yes, me too.
For the end of the year, not the end of the season, end of the year.
Yeah.
It's a question of when. There's got to be a huge turnaround. I'm not saying it can't happen. I've just seen this before, mate.
Let's go to Rick. He's a Liverpool fan. All right, Rick?
Evening, Jason, Jamie.
Rick, look, we're obviously hearing from your manager, shell-shocked.
Well, he can say he's shell-shocked, but in the last few months, we've been getting beat. And for me, what's not impressive is the fact when he keeps coming out and criticising opponents for playing low block and long ball. Like,
I don't think he's doing that now, though, is he? I don't think he's doing that recently.
No, but he was for a period of time. Even if you remember when we went to Frankfurt and smashed them 5-1, and he was asked why we won that game, he come out saying because they didn't play that way. And it's like, why are you not bigging up your team in players? Why are you talking about what the opposition didn't do? Like, I think his time is up. I think he should be gone. I'd get rid of him tonight if it was my choice.
It feels harsh, like really harsh. I don't see a way out of this for him.
I don't see a way out. For me, I think the decline started. I was listening earlier, like you saying about when he went to the Ibiza trip when we wrapped up the league.
Oh, Beach. Yeah.
I think if you go back before that and look at our form since PSG, when we played them over the two legs, our form since then in performances weren't that great. There were some games that were, but there was a lot of games like Newcastle in the cup final where we just didn't get going.
Yeah.
And Eddie Howe pulled his pants down in that final when you're thinking, like, from the tactical setup of their set piece of putting Dan Burn on McAllister. And I'm sitting there watching it thinking, why don't you just put Van Dijk on Dan Burn? Because clearly that's their target of a threat. Why don't you put your biggest header against their biggest threat? And since then, it's just carried on, defeat after defeat. I feel his time is up. He doesn't seem to me he's got a clue. I think although he spent a lot of money in the summer, I don't think he spent very wisely. Like, he let Luis Diaz go and we didn't replace him.
I don't know whether it was him. I think we need to be very careful about what he did and what the money spent. I think there's been...
Yeah.
Luis Diaz wanted to go.
But Luis Diaz, there are a mitigating circumstances. The Diego Jota one, we can't... That's... You cannot...
Oh, that's unmissable.
Right. But also the Luis Diaz...
Unfortunate.
Yeah, the Luis Diaz one, he wanted to leave, right? That was a...
Yeah, I understand if he wanted to leave, but you can try and find a replacement, a like-for-like replacement. We didn't sign anyone that can fill that role to compete with Gakpo on that left-hand side.
And also the players that have come in, like the big money, right? Wirtz and Isak.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, you can't go spending a thick end of 250 million on two players and not have them turn up. No. That can't happen. And they've not turned up. No. The pair of them.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
Isak looks like completely different.
Yeah. And
I just don't think they're utilising him, though, in the way that he plays.
It goes back to the question, what is his best position, Wirtz, right? In the formation that they play in, clearly something has to change. He's not a wide... No, I've seen him, and the game for me, he has not adjusted. And I feel for him as well, because the fact that Liverpool have gone from being champions to being a side that, even though they won early on, they still weren't great. They were picking up late winners, a lot of late goals. They were unconvincing, yet getting late victories.
Yeah.
Right? Late goals. But they weren't convincing. Liverpool's performances this season as a whole, I don't care, win, lose or draw, they have been bang average at best across the whole season.
They're good against Real Madrid. That was probably the best I've seen them play.
Right. It's one.
Yeah.
It's the exception that makes the rule, right? It proves the rule. That's the one. Other than that, every game. They've been lucky in some as well.
Oh, no, I agree. Ricky, thanks for your call. Let's go to Samuel. He's a Liverpool fan, Sam.
Right, Sam.
How we doing, boys?
Yeah.
So I've got a better line now.
Yeah, go on. There you have. Yeah, go on.
Going on what you just said before about like getting through games early in the season, yeah, we were nicking results. Everyone thought we were going to pick up and dominate. But now we're just not getting rubber to green, are we?
No, but you're not dominating. But look at the players you've got. You know, like, I don't think I've ever seen a team with so much quality fall off so bad. Now, you might see this happen to Tottenham, right? Or Man United, we've seen it because, you know, the players just ain't good enough. But when I look at the squad of players that Liverpool have got, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. Like you look like a League One side playing.
Done well? How many of them signings have actually done well?
Well, Ekatike's done all right.
Yeah, Ekatike, one. Kirkes isn't better than Robbo. We haven't replaced Trent.
Kirkes looks half the player he was last season. But it's a big step up, mate. He's playing for Bournemouth. And that's no disrespect to them, but it's a chasm between playing for Bournemouth and playing for Liverpool in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? Like, he obviously ain't cut out for it. Some players, you know, you see it all the time. You give them the chance to step up and play with the big boys, and they get found out, and they realise, actually, it ain't all that. It's not easy, the pressure of playing for a club like Liverpool.
Frimpong is in Team of the Year last year, and now we can't even play him. He's injured every week. And now we can't replace Trent. Back four, back five.
Something's happened there. I don't know what it is, but something's happened at that club. I don't know what's happened. Whether it's the managers, they're not having a manager, or the players have turned on him, or they've just lost complete hope. But I can't believe the fall off. I can't believe it's got this bad.
I don't agree with the Slot out though. He brought a 20th Premier League title to the club. You can't just get rid of someone who's delivered that sort of success straight away.
Why not? Can I ask why not?
If your team has delivered a Premier League title, would you be that quick to get rid of your manager?
Well, I've seen it at my club. I mean, I'm probably the last person to ask, but why? Where's the sentiment here? Sorry, I don't get the sentiment. So he's brought you a title. Brilliant. Well done. At the minute, you're struggling to get top half of the table. Where's the sentiment involved there? Explain that to me.
I don't know whether the signings he's made is to make his own team up and it's not worked, or whether that's from above. I wouldn't know that.
I think that the signings that they've taken... I'm looking at the two fullbacks, right, and Kirkes and Frimpong, right? From what I've seen of Kirkes, saw a lot of him last year. He's not a fullback. He's an attacking wing-back, right? But can play in a full. I'm looking at Frimpong, right? Whenever I say, he ain't a fullback. He's an attacking wing-back. So I thought with the way they were building the team, I thought what we would see is something similar to what we saw with Klopp, where you had Robertson one side, you had Trent the other, and they were almost like playing high and wide, giving width.
Yeah, I know. And the problem is, though, you had Van Dijk and Canati.
Right, okay. Also, but you also had the midfield that sat. There was also some responsibility midfield-wise. I'm not seeing their fullbacks go over the halfway line. I'm not seeing that. Now he's gone back to Robertson. And now he's playing Slobosai there.
But Curtis Jones there.
Curtis Jones playing there. And they're the biggest problems for me at the moment. He hasn't sorted out his fullbacks. They're the ones that let him down as much as anything. We know they've got magic up top. But the fullbacks, both sides, Robertson, and you look back what Trent was doing last year. I know Liverpool fans will hate this, but Trent's a huge miss because how they built, how they used to play, how they were building up. They used to build from those areas.
Yeah.
Now, you can't. Kirkes, I feel for him because it's a big club and he's struggling a minute. You've got Slobosai playing there. Your best midfielder playing right back. And then you lose what you have in midfield. They're the areas for me. He cannot get that right. By hook or by crook.
I don't think he knows how to get it right, though.
No.
And look, so I know you talk about, he won the Premier League. Of course, he has credit there, and you've got to give him some sort of credit. But if the football club doesn't see a way out of this mess, it doesn't matter that he won the league.
No.
Because that's behind you. That's gone. It's another season. You've got to go again. Now, you see it all the time. If you don't do the business, you're gone. And it's as simple as that. It's cutthroat. There's no sentiment in football. No. You have to produce. And if they don't think this manager can get the best out of this team, and he doesn't think that, the people there don't think that they can progress and find a way, he's out the door. Sorry, he's got to go. Forget he's won the Premier League. Thank you. Well done. You won the Premier League. But we can't continue like this.
And also, there's a danger now, the way things are going, that there will be, and Liverpool will get into the playoffs of the Champions League, but that top 8 position, that's another couple of games potentially. And where they were, Liverpool actually done very well in the Champions League from what I've seen.
They've done all right, yeah.
But tonight's
It
was
just feels like they're in a hole and they can't find a way out.
Tonight's defeat, it kind of reconfirms what you think you're seeing in the Premier League. Well, they're brilliant against Real Madrid. They were excellent against Real Madrid. Tonight, against PSV. By the way, oh my gosh.
It's a very good side, though. I mean, they played well tonight, by the way.
No,
but any other night, any other Champions League night, you watch Liverpool, PSV, you walk away and we're not even talking about it again.
1-0 down, 1-1, right? Got themselves back. 15 minutes into the game, it's 1-1. Go on and do what Liverpool do. Mate, they got pumped again after that. I don't know where it goes, mate.